the subject of our video today is actually quite interesting. So there is this carbon copy of a stablecoin that has no ties whatsoever to the actual stablecoin, meaning pegged to a dollar. And there are people out there hoping that a mere so-called stablecoin, that for me is nothing more than a meme coin or a shit coin, can reach parity. And here's why all of this doesn't make sense. So just to give a bit of background, this stablecoin, DAI, exists on a blockchain that is called Pulsechain, and it's very controversial. You know, as a blockchain itself, it's very interesting that they haven't actually migrated versions of the actual stablecoins or the actual blue chips to that blockchain, whereas they use copies of wrapped versions of Bitcoin, for example, or copies of, let's say, DAI, USDC, USDT on the chain, and they somehow want to conjure magic and degen energy to push these to the prices of their parents, you know, their actual coins and tokens that have the actual feed of the actual prices. And that's what's interesting, because people believe that this is possible, and many people have made videos on YouTube, are talking on Telegram, and think that that is something that can be achieved. Now, what is the reasoning behind their beliefs? I don't know. You know, I think it's just purely hopes and dreams and hype, but more to it, why would it go there, you know? I mean, to first understand the premise of the illogic statement behind this, we need to understand what a stablecoin does, right? So first things first, when you talk about a stablecoin, the total supply of the stablecoin should match its market cap. So the market cap that you see is how many of these coins are in circulation. Because remember, the market cap is the price of a token or an asset or a coin times the supply. And since the price is $1 times the supply equals the market cap. Basic economics, all right? And in general, the supply is backed by actual cash or marketable securities. So mainly, you know, the business model, for example, of Tether or Circle, behind their stablecoin USDT and USDC, there's government bonds mainly, and they make money from the interest on these bonds, all right? So that's how they make their money. And you can mint and redeem those tokens at the source itself, so at the company's origin. You can go to the website, you can actually get that USDC for actual dollars. Same goes for USDT in Tether, all right? So that is the idea. That is the idea of the existence of a stable coin. You buy it, you know that's gonna be at $1, and then you use it to transact. You use it in DeFi, you use it to trade. That's it. Now coming to the DAI example on Pulsechain, if you look at the chart, just look at the chart, it's clear to me that the rise ever since the beginning of its launch, you know, on Pulsechain, is purely speculative. There's nothing of substance to this. I mean, just look at the liquidity and the market cap. So the ratio is currently at 0.038, whereas the ratio should be 1. The liquidity to market cap ratio should be 1. So there's no actual science behind why, all right, this cannot reach $1. So the only way this could reach $1 is that if enough people somehow, some way decide to come in and inject a lot of money into it and push it to $1, but most probably it will crash back down, you know, because many people have so many of these useless tokens for nothing, for peanuts, all right? And yeah, so the idea that liquidity will somehow be available for this to be pushed there is just, again, something that people are hoping that will happen because people are saying that it will happen, you know? It's the effect of hearing somebody, believing that somehow this will be happening and thinking that, when it reaches $1, if I have 1,000,000 of these, I'll be a millionaire. And then when we reach parity, I can get that money out. It doesn't work like this, right? The liquidity is not even 1,000,000 right now. So don't expect it to be anywhere near the number that you'll be seeing on your dashboard. And this all started with like a so-called ecosystem driven by this token right here, which if you look at the chart itself, it has a similar chart pattern, right? Like, so the hype rose when both of these tokens and other similar ones were being pushed. And now when there's no hype and there's nobody talking about them, look at the chart. So the idea is this. The idea is very clear that these tokens are nothing but meme coins driven by speculation and hype. And when there's no hype, there's no money, they will retrace back down. Don't hope for anything more than this. Like, you basically need more than 10% of the total value locked on Pulsechain, close to 15%, to get DAI to parity. And that's not gonna happen because there's not enough money in the chain itself for it to happen, all right? Let alone the magic behind it. I think, honestly, by searching the assets on this chain, the only one which made sense to me in terms of liquidity and market cap is actually Spark, surprisingly. You know, this one has more liquidity than its market cap. And that's what the DAI stablecoin should have. But instead, a farmable token with pools that give 100% APR, has more liquidity in terms of ratio, of course, than a meme DAI token, whatever you want to call it, that people are speculating that will reach $1 has. Nonsense. This one was a quick one. So this video is a quick one. This one has no actual research behind it. It was just something that, came onto my desk and I was like, all right, this doesn't make sense. This has to be addressed. I just couldn't not talk about this because it's nonsense, all right? So there are things that, that's crypto, okay? There are many things that don't make sense to us. There are many Ponzi, so on and so forth. Fine, that's okay. Many meme coins, many shit coins, you can speculate on anything. But to come here and say that there is this DAI stablecoin copy on Pulsechain that will reach $1, you all should buy, that's next level nonsensical behavior, all right? And that is something that I've seen, and all the people who FOMO'd into this right now are probably wrecked. Again, if I go back to the chart, you can clearly see that because of the low liquidity, and that's something you should also understand, you don't need much sell pressure to offset the price and to dip it. Like, the price dropped 13% in 24 hours, and the difference between buy and sell volume right now is 19K. So 19K of sell pressure pushed the price down by almost 14%. Again, it's because of the low liquidity and the high market capitalization. All right, I think I'm gonna end it here. Again, I just wanted to bring this up in general so people understand what they're investing in, so people understand the premise behind such claims. One more thing I will say is that we do have a very cool room on Telegram called DeFi Ascension. If you want to be part of a small community that discusses all things crypto, mainly real DeFi stuff, of course there will be degen protocols and projects being discussed, and you're gonna be within nice, matured, like-minded individuals, and all conversation there is within the realm of respect and normality. All right, feel free to join us, link will be below. With that, see you in the next one. Have a good one.